A young Louisiana woman is missing and has been since Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. Strange events led up to the disappearance of the 18-year-old Louisiana State University student. Her name is Kori Gauthier. She's 5'5" and weighs 115 pounds. She was last seen wearing a purple LSU sweatshirt and black tights. Her car was found abandoned and still idling on a Baton Rouge bridge just after midnight on April 7th. She hasn't been seen since. Her uncle Spencer Gauthier has been asking the public for help and to help find Kori. Now, before I get into it, hit that subscribe button for updates. Click that like button so that you can tell YouTube that this needs to get out to more people. And also, please share this to whatever platform that you can. Now, let's get into it. At some point in the evening on April the 6th, it's reported that Kori and her boyfriend got into an argument. Now, according to Kori's uncle, Spencer Gauthier, he says it's unclear at this point as to what the time frame is that this argument happened. But he did say he is the last person to have seen Kori. Then Kori texted someone and she was saying she was going to head over. She was heading to a known address. But then there was a 10-minute time frame that seemed very odd, and it was captured on an app called Life 360. The Life 360 app uses state-of-the-art GPS location technology to report the real-time whereabouts of family members that have accepted your invitation to join your circle and share their location. And from my research, this app actually has quite a few features in it besides tracking your loved ones. It can record things like driving speed, if you come to a hard stop, those kinds of things. And you can actually see a driving report from acceleration from someone driving and hard braking, as I mentioned. Now, there's also roadside assistance, an SOS button, and the features go on and on. So there were two guests on the Nancy Grace show that talked about what happened. Kirby Clements, who is an attorney and has been on the Nancy Grace show several times before. And he had his daughter on, Gabrielle, who brought this case to his attention. So they talked about Kori and they talked about how she was heading to a known address. They said she texted beforehand and she said she was on her way. But while she was heading to her destination, there's this weird 10-minute period that's very odd. Here's what Gabrielle said on the show. They saw that using videos from the surrounding stores, places she passed, she drove towards the bridge and then away and then towards and away about 4 times prior to actually getting onto the bridge where the accident occurred. So it was more so like a sporadic drive to them where they weren't sure what she was doing because she had already texted, I believe, her cousin or her brother that she was on the way to them. So then Nancy talked and she thought that maybe someone could have been in the car with her. She said, interestingly, she goes toward the bridge, away, and then back. Was somebody in the car with her? Was there some kind of struggle? And here's what Gabrielle's dad, Kirby, said. I was thinking that someone in the car was there, or was she being followed by someone and was trying to avoid anything? Because I think that it was reported that the vehicle decelerated rapidly at the bridge. So those are my concerns. Is that it was either was someone in the car, was she having an argument and just got out, or was she being followed as you indicated, someone staged an accident? It gets even more bizarre. Somewhere around midnight, a driver was driving in the outside lane, it was reported, of the bridge, and he came upon Kori's parked car. He said he tried to avoid hitting it, but he couldn't because of the traffic, and he hit the car. He said, the car in front of me swerved over and cut lanes. All I saw was a parked car. I locked up my brakes, hit the white car. It was either the car or an 18-wheeler. And it's also reported that Kori's airbags had deployed. And Nancy says her car is found in park, still running with the airbags deployed. That usually happens when you're hit from the front, not the back of your car. Notable, Kori's wallet and her phone were also in the car, but no sign of Kori. Now, an LSU spokesperson made a statement, and that was 2 days later on Friday evening, and said that the vehicle was left unoccupied on the bridge for at least an hour before the wreck. And the Baton Rouge Police Department released a statement on Friday detailing what happened. Here's what they said. On April 7, 2020, shortly after midnight, we responded to the Horace Wilkinson Bridge regarding a reported incident involving a stalled vehicle. Upon arrival, the officer observed the stalled vehicle was unoccupied. The officer acted quickly to have the vehicle removed from the roadway to prevent any other crashes. The registered owner of the unoccupied vehicle was not contacted, but this investigation remained ongoing. Does that seem odd to you, that the owner wasn't contacted? I find that odd. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Back to Kirby's statement on Nancy Grace. He said what also was concerning was when law enforcement found Kori's car, it was still running with her purse and her cell phone in there, and it was towed. But he did question why tow it. He said you have a car running, belongings inside, parked on a bridge, and no driver. He said, I mean, if you find a vehicle running with no driver, that says to me, start looking around for the driver right now, because it's a vehicle on the bridge, purse, cell phone. Why tow? Someone should have been looking that night. He also noted, as I briefly mentioned before, that the car decelerated rapidly on the bridge, also something that can be shown on this Life 360 app. Also interesting in this app, it features crash detection, from my understanding and from my research. So here's what I wonder. If the app notifies family when there's an accident or their circle, why didn't the app notify the family during this event, right? Was it that it was not accurate, or was it known to be faulty, or what happened here? It catches my attention because her car is found idling, her purse and phone are in the car. Then the car crash happened, and sometime or at some point the airbags deployed, and then she's nowhere to be seen. And then there's that sudden deceleration before it stopped. So then the car gets towed to the impound lot. There's some weird, strange things here going on. Now, Kori's family wasn't notified. They learned she was missing after she didn't show up to work. And in other reports, it was stated that it was believed that there wasn't foul play involved. That was in the first few days of the investigation. Now, it's an LSU spokesperson who said that no foul play was suspected. They said, at this time, based on evidence collected during the investigation thus far, law enforcement officials suspect that no criminal activity or foul play took place. Officials continue to keep in close contact with Kori's parents to keep them updated on any developments. We ask everyone to respect their privacy during this time and to keep them in your thoughts. Now, Kori's uncle Spencer Gauthier has been doing interviews and searching as well, and doing whatever he can to find his niece, along with the family. He's been asking for the public's help as well. Here's what he says.
Today, we're asking for any and all volunteers to come out here near LSU campus off of Skip Burtman Drive. If any of you guys are willing to help walk the levee, search for her body, fly your drones. Some of you may, have boats to get access from anywhere from the Sunshine Bridge all the way to this Mississippi Bridge. We're just asking for any and all volunteers. Any help will be grateful and muchly appreciated.
And what have the last 48 hours have been for you as well as your family?
Honestly, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. But in a time like this, I think it's very critical that you just keep pushing. Don't give up. Keep fighting. That's what I told myself. That's what I'm going to continue to tell myself. And I'm sure we'll find her.
And I know we talked just a few minutes ago about false information being put out. So what do you want to let the public know right now?
Yeah, I want to let the public know that we are still actively searching for my niece. She has not been found, despite numerous social media posts that she has been. Please, guys, stop with the false information because it is hindering the investigation. We're doing everything that we can to find her. If you do know her whereabouts, feel free to post information on the United Cajun Navy, contact the local police, bring her to a local hospital, call the police, anything will help.
He's also offered a $10,000 reward to find his niece. As of the time of this recording, Kori has not been found. There was a body found on Tuesday, April 13th, downriver about an hour or so. The body was found close to milepost 137, it's reported, in St. John the Baptist Parish. But they did not identify the body as of yet, as I said, as of the time of this recording. There has been an ongoing search since Kori's been missing, and on Saturday the 10th, a cadaver dog alerted twice in the same area of the river where they were searching. And the river is said to be about 85 to 90 feet deep, and conditions were too unsafe to deploy divers, and they had to temporarily suspend the search. Now here's a map of the bridge and where milepost 137 is. There was also a vigil held on April 12th where Kori's dad was seen speaking, and his name is LeVar, and here's what he had to say.
It's very overwhelming. Nobody expects to go through this, and right now we're trying to handle it the best that we can. This is one reason why it's always hard for people to leave Opelousas, because in times of tragedy or in times of need, people always step up here, and I'm overjoyed and I'm full of love for my city because they're out for my daughter.
With man, it seems impossible, but with God, all things are possible.
Gauthier feeling a renewed sense of hope, Kori will return home.
A lot of these people know her from just being a great student when she was in high school here. Everybody knows about all her dance attributes. My daughter is special, and this is just one testament to her. And wherever she is, I hope she hears all of this, and this lets her know she's special and she can return home to us.
He also wants to warn people out there that there are scams going around and to not donate. Here's what his post says. I continue to thank everyone that I can for everything that they have done for me and my family during this trying time. But please do not Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or anything else to anyone. The Gauthier Rivard families are not asking anyone for money via social media, text, or phone calls. Please don't fall victim to any of these scams. Now, anyone with information should contact local law enforcement at 225-578-3231 or at 225-389-2000. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please like and please share. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.